I have a kind of a romantic, sometimes unrealistic perspective of things, and I think.
Explain, what do you mean?
It's like good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes. Doing what I love in life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
Hi everyone, and welcome to MattGron's Scaling Up Journey. My name is Mattias, aka MattGron, and on the other side we have the one and only Svea Landshoff from Germany, but now established on Swedish soil. How are you doing, Svea?
Thank you. Hello. That was my favorite introduction so far. Established on Swedish soil. Welcome. I think we didn't see the episode number yet. It's number 46 of MattGron's Scaling Up Journey. And this is where entrepreneurship runs smack into reality.
Yeah.
So as always on Mondays, I prepared some questions. Sometimes they have a red line, I have to say. Today, not really. It's a colorful little mix here.
Yeah, can you see also I'm a little bit, summer dressed here?
Yeah, like all the light
Beautiful
colors.
weather. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Also,
Yeah,
we have
so maybe that's in line with your questions then.
let's see. So the first question here, what I have for you today is, how did you come up with your company's name, which is iGoMoon, if you don't know out there. And I know you have like a whole moonshot journey theme around it. Can you tell us about this? How did this whole thing establish?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, there's a story behind it. And it's a little bit, I played around with English and Swedish. And, there's an expression like let's go bananas.
Yeah.
So the idea was that iGoMoon, it's not like a sentence, it's more like an expression.
Okay.
So and also a combination with in English you say sky's the limit. There's like basically no limit, but in Sweden, when you mean the same thing, you actually say, if I translate it to English, aim for the stars, and then you might end up in the tree line, in the treetops.
Okay.
Like it's a little bit more a socialistic version of sky is the limit. Don't think you are someone else compared to everyone else. Everyone should be equal. Treetops.
Yeah, very Swedish.
Yeah, and then I thought, okay, let's take the team and our customers to the moon.
Nice. And also, maybe,
yes.
I know personally you are a big Star Wars fan, right?
Yeah,
was maybe influence?
Yeah, on track there, Svea. It was a combination of, science fiction, Star Wars, Star Trek, and a lot of things since I grew up. Trying to keep it a bit childish.
Yeah. Childish. That's good. This is actually my last question for today, but you know what? While you say
really?
this, yeah, childish. I wanted to ask you if there's something that you miss about being a child. Is there anything you could think about?
Yeah, good one. Sometimes I really miss how, like I grew up on a farm, and it was always so close to just run out and play.
Yeah.
We could say I had a kind of the area to play on was very big, so we did so many fun things during the days, and you never had any, how should I say, kind of understanding of time. It was more you were always there, experiencing the moment and playing, and I sometimes I really miss that.
Yeah, I understand.
What do you think?
That would be my point as well. I was thinking of the term like carefreeness. You know, when you, like you said, you were just out playing with your friends. You didn't have to think about anything basically except being in the moment. And I like also how, as a kid, I think you can really get lost in something. Like one little bug on the ground that you like explore can like totally draw you in, and now as a grown-up you just like walk right over it and you don't care about it, but as a kid you was, oh, that's so cool, that's what's gonna do next. Yeah,
you don't have time, you must pay the bills.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, there are also some good things about being a grown-up, that's for sure, but yeah, I think some things you lose when you get older. But I personally also think it's very important to keep your inner child alive. I personally I think I have a very healthy inner child, and I can still be carefree and just be silly, and I think that's important for me at least to be happy, not take yourself too serious. Can you do that, Mattias? Are you like that?
Yeah, I'm working on it. So I think we discussed in an earlier episode that I started playing golf last year, and I'm also gaming video games when I can. So I think it's very important as an entrepreneur to actually have hobbies, so you can unplug sometimes and recharge and maybe think about other stuff. So super important. But I can really feel when I look back, there was very like many years when I stopped doing everything that I thought was kind of fun. And
why did you do that? Did you think you had to put this aside, or?
I don't know. I think I mean, you grow up, right?
Just happens sometimes. And I recently read something, when you scroll through your social media and there are like these inspiring quotes and stuff, but I read something that really hit me and I thought, oh, it's true. There was like a photo of a group of kids playing outside, and it said like, on one day it was the last time that your friends and you played outside and none of you knew. And I thought that's true. Like some day was the last day and then it stopped. Yeah, some things just happen gradually and some just stop, and there's no explanation. It just stops. You grow up, you have other things to do.
Yeah. And you don't have any, how should I say, like you said, you got kind of fully immersed into the small bug, and like back then you didn't have any perception of time.
Yeah.
And I mean, now it's like, is it already Friday? I mean, how fast how fast am I traveling right now?
Yeah.
Back then it's more like, oh, that was the 20 years period, something like. Now it's like Christmas, midsummer.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why that is, but I said the same thing today to David. I said, oh, it's already Monday today again,
Yeah.
It's like every week goes so quick now. And my grandma, my parents always said that, oh, time goes so fast. Now, as a kid, I was like, oh, what are they talking about? Like,
yeah, what are they talking about? Old people.
Yeah, and now, I'm one of those.
Yeah.
We're getting there. All right. Let's move on to our next question. And that's, what of your personality traits that you have were the most useful for you and your business, maybe?
Yeah, good one. So I think I have a lot of patience, and I think that's really good when you want to build something, because it takes time. Much more time than I could ever imagine. I'm also a little bit, how should I say? I have a kind of a romantic, sometimes unrealistic perspective of things, and
explain. What do you mean?
What I mean is that I, when I take on something, like if I start a project or something, I think I'm a bit naive, like I will fix this like in no time at all.
Yeah.
And but it takes time, and I think that's where the patience comes in, right?
Yeah.
And I also think I have a lot of empathy for other people, and that helps me a lot talking with employees and customers, and working with people, like being a leader. So I think that's super important. And I also see another important trait I have is the self-awareness that it has helped me a lot as a salesperson and a leader and an entrepreneur, and in relationships. I can kind of, it's like I have, it's like I always have a mirror where I kind of try to perceive myself when I'm doing other things. So that helps me to understand other people better, if I understand myself better.
Yeah.
And I also think, I'm a rainmaker. I'm a person that get things happen. That has helped me a lot. When I execute ideas, I make things happen, like business, new employees, sharing the vision for the company. I create rain. I'm the rainmaker.
I'm the rainmaker.
I think it's an English term, rainmaker.
Could be. It's new to me. I didn't know that.
I don't think it's a. You don't translate that to Swedish.
Yeah.
So what do you see as your advantage?
I think
skills?
For me it's also empathy, and I think I have a talent which just comes natural to me, that I can make people comfortable, and I think people trust me easily and they feel comfortable in my presence, and that's really great. Especially mainly being a photographer and mainly taking portraits of people or taking pictures of people in general. That is something that some things I think you can learn. They can learn all the techniques behind it, how to set your flashes and stuff. But another thing which I think you cannot really learn is just that people like you or feel comfortable around you. I think this is something you have or you don't. And that is always like the nicest thing for me to hear, when people afterwards say like, oh, I felt really comfortable with you and I was so excited and like nervous about it, but you really took this away from me. So I think that's the most handy trait that I personally have for my job. That's really useful. So Mattias, I have taken pictures of you. Did you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
You have to say yes now.
Yes. I mean, you can see the results, my portfolio picture. Right?
Yeah.
My LinkedIn picture.
Even here on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
Now you know, I took this.
Made it happen, yes. I was very, very comfortable.
Thank you. Shameless self-promotion right here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to the last question for today.
Svea here.
Yeah, here's my link. Okay, let me see my notes. What's our last one? Aha, okay, my last one for today is, if you ever have, which I think doesn't happen too much, but if you ever have 30 minutes of free times in between, what do you choose to do with these 30 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's super important to create free time, because if you don't, I mean, if you are a rainmaker and I mean you make things happen all the time and keep the wheel spinning, you also need to book free time. So and I told you, typically golf, you can't play golf for a 30 minutes or typically I don't, playing, I'm not gaming for 30 minutes. You need some more time probably for both these activities. But I read a lot if I have time over. And when I say read a lot, it's necessarily not, I read books. It's more, I'm trying to stay updated on top of things, business-wise. So
Yeah. So it could also be articles or news or something that
yeah,
you
a
read.
lot of articles. So I also, I think it was last year, I got myself a subscription for the Economist, when the pandemic started, because I wanted to. I really wanted a how should I say, like something that is well written, and it's also in English, and I think they have a kind of you get the like global perspective, a lot of really good articles. So typically I'm there just reading something. I have 30 minutes over, so yeah.
Yeah, reading would also be my thing, I believe, but let's be 100% honest here. Like, it could also happen I grab my phone and end up somewhere on Instagram. Let's be real here. That happens too. But I have to say now, since we've been living in the house and we have like a terrace and we have like the nature right in front of our door, I go outside a lot more, also just for short periods of time. Because, when you're in the city, it's always like a project. Oh, you have to take like the stairs down or the elevator down, and then you have to go walk somewhere to a park, and then you're there. And here it's just open the door and I'm outside, and that I really enjoy, just taking some fresh air. For me, that's really life quality, just being able to get fresh air, get some sunshine whenever you want, and if it's just for 5 minutes, I think that's really nice.
I mean, when I'm hearing that, I can really imagine and miss my childhood even more. And that's how I grew up, and it's that, as you say, like it's not a project.
Yeah.
Really experiencing the nature. You just open the door. So
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. Okay, I think that was my four questions for today. And thank you for your answers. I think today we learned you need one of these like portable golf sets you can play on the toilet. So you can do that in your 30 minutes break in the office.
Maybe need to buy, you can actually buy the mat, you kind of roll it out, and then you have a small cup, and then you can actually practice there and putting the ball into the cup. Do
you have that, by the way? Do you have something?
No,
like
I don't have that, but I really need to order that one.
You should have that in the office.
Yes.
All right, Mattias, thank you for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to, would make our day, and see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.